It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It's Friday!
Woo!
January 17, 2020, 7 a.m. We have rain/ice/freezing rain conditions here in North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. A lot of the area schools are closed, so be sure to check out, what time is it? Already 7 o'clock, almost 7:01. So if you haven't heard, check out your local school. Check out the local radio stations and other venues, KY3, whatever it may be. Channel 10 out of Springfield should have it too. And so a lot of schools are closed due to the weather. And so right now the conditions are not too bad in Mountain Home. Wet roads, you know. And so, but anyway, good morning. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host. David's over here directing like crazy. You enjoyed it?
I do.
It's fun.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a little bit yesterday. We had the folks from Church of Christ come in, Payette and Highway 5 South Church of Christ. Got that show ready for the folks, and so a lot of fun.
It is.
That's a good seat to sit in. And of course, Dan Hall's over here keeping quiet.
Charlie.
Yeah,
Right.
how you been?
I've been busy.
Yeah, that's
You
good.
mentioned Friday, my life. There's
just
seven.
keeps on going
There's
through Saturday and Sunday,
seven
doesn't it?
Mondays every month, or every week. Been very, very busy. A lot of things going on in the veterans community behind the scenes, and veterans are beginning to see the fruits of 5 or 6 years of
That's
work to create these community care networks.
There you go.
And of course, you know, Dr. Wolfer and I have been working for 4 years now on the suicide prevention program.
That's good. Mute that.
We got a little bit of funding for that originally through our own veteran service organizations and through DAV National that funded a small grant. And
Let's get through that. We'll give you more time after the break.
okay.
Yeah. I got to get through all the people that pay for this stuff.
Oh,
Down on the Corner is brought to
you
you by
haven't done that yet. Huh?
Down on the Corner is brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. How's the coffee today, Dad?
Awesome.
Good coffee, ain't it?
Good coffee.
And David?
Oh, yes. I have my FMBC
The
cup.
FMBC cup. There you go. Brewed Awakening Coffee, 3 locations to serve you. We've got Balmer Boulevard, 62 East Plaza, and of course, and Balmer Boulevard's not going to be a busy day because no school.
Right.
And so, the hospital, Baxter Regional, one of these days I'll be back in the lobby once they get that fine remodeling job done. And so, Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. You cannot beat their coffee.
No.
Check them out. All 3 locations. It doesn't matter. Mochas, lattes, pumpkin spice. I think they even had like a peppermint blend for Christmas, you know. Blah, 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 you know. So anyway, check them out. Brewed Awakening Coffee. Best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. And Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bringing morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. 29 in the state to serve you, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee, right here in Mountain Home. Talk to Charlotte, Brad, Bruce, Chris, and anyone else that's out there can help you. Very professional, caring, loving, understanding. When they say with all our respect, they live it. They don't just say it. So, you know, Roller Funeral Homes, great folks out there. Went through it a year ago, November. And, wow, I can't say enough good things about Roller Funeral Home. So let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, Lord, today as we talk about veterans benefits and programs, I pray as people watch and listen, they realize how much our veterans have done for this country to secure our freedom and defend our Constitution, plus the rights we have as citizens of the United States. For our younger generation, Lord, help them to learn the loyalty our veterans exemplify to this country after wearing the uniform of our military. Lord, my prayer today is you bless our veterans, their families, help us to reach out to those veterans to make sure they get the benefits they've earned. And for those that gave all, let them forever be remembered. And that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. How's that trumpet today? Hey, Elesha. Come on in and join us.
Every day.
Yeah.
every day. I
Oh,
do
that
and
trumpet's something else.
I just feel so.
How long you been taking lessons?
We're eighth day now.
Eighth day. Yeah.
Hey, good morning.
Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Retired2Arkansas.net. Let's watch the ice from Cotter. Looky there, that gray, cold, cloudy, rainy, icy, snowy day looking into Cotter, Arkansas from Marion County. You see the White River right there. The 62-412 bridge is to the left, still lit. Excuse me, city of Cotter. You're looking into the little clearings, the baseball park there and the picnic area down by the train.
Bob's house?
Yeah, that's Bob's back door.
Okay. I
Bob and
recognize
Linda's back
that.
door. That's their backyard. Morning shot of the White River brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda's the door for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Retired2Arkansas.net. You can log in and you can go to the live cam and look at that right there on your device and take a picture of it throughout the day, whatever you want to do. Screensaver and just, hey, look at this shot of the White River. This is in a friend of mine's backyard.
I love that shot.
Well, it's pretty, ain't it? Except when there's a lot of fog where it's just a glob, you can't see much, and you get that quite often. Once again, Bob and Linda's the door for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Retired2Arkansas.net. They need some listings, so give them a call. And if you're thinking about selling that home, give them a call. They can come and consultation and all that stuff, and decide which way to go. And so they can steer you in the right direction. Right now we got 30 degrees in Mountain Home, 31 at Flippin, 31 in Harrison, 31 in Yellville, 31 in Salem. Sounds like a tie ball game there. 30 degrees at Calico Rock, 34 at Mountain View, but around the region, St. Louis at 26, 30 at Poplar Bluff, 31 in West Plains, 30 in Branson, and -2 in Watford City, North Dakota.
Is that all? -2?
-2.
Wasn't it like -15 yesterday or something?
Oh, yeah. Terrible. I don't know how they stand it up there. Anyway, live radar. There again, Portland, Oregon getting a little bit. And state of Washington, a little bit north of Eureka, California. Utah with some shower activity. Idaho, Montana, places like that. South Dakota, southeast South Dakota, getting some snow and ice. Nebraska getting some snow and ice right now. Iowa, half of Iowa getting some snow and ice right now. Then we get into Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. You can see the line of showers in Texas and Oklahoma. And right now over Arkansas, portions of Arkansas and Missouri getting some freezing rain. So we'll zoom into Arkansas real quick so we can see exactly what's going on. This stretches back, the snow and ice and rain and freezing rain or whatever it may be, stretches all the way back from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee to Jackson, Tennessee to Blytheville, Arkansas to Jonesboro, Arkansas. Back up into Poplar Bluff area, Mountain Home, all the way back to near Springdale where it's a little bit warmer apparently. Shower activity covering I-49 from the state line down to Fort Smith, portions of I-40 west of Little Rock, all the way back into Oklahoma where you see some heavier shower activity. I-30 being affected slightly by some of the showers, as well as I-40 west of Conway and Little Rock. 62-412 east and west is wet from one end to the other. So you need to be aware of the only interstate not really affected a lot. I said I-30 had a little bit, but it's very little. But I-40 east and 30 west, minimal right now. Interstate 555 and Highway 67, 167 once you get around Batesville, going up from Batesville to Ash Flat, and then 67 to Poplar Bluff covered right now. Going from Little Rock to Branson, drive slow. You're going to have some freezing precip right there on Highway 65. Southeast Arkansas, not too bad. Just a little bit of rain and stuff down in Louisiana that's stretching up into Arkansas. Moving up into Missouri, they're getting plastered right now. Everybody but St. Louis. There's a little gap around Kansas City, a little bit south of Jeff City. I-44, I-49, I-70, I-55, all the interstates up there getting some type of precip with the exception of the metro area around St. Louis. Once you get into Illinois, I-64 east from East St. Louis, Illinois is not bad. I-70 Vandalia, Effingham, not bad. I-27 at 20, I-24 at 57. Not too bad right now, but I-57 could be getting some of that stuff in extreme southeast Missouri. Interesting day weather-wise. Look at that pattern right there, all the way back up into Nebraska. For today, here's your weather advisories. The blue that's over Arkansas, this is your winter weather advisories. Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, as you can see there. blizzard warning for the eastern part of North Dakota, South Dakota, northeast Nebraska, northwest Iowa, western Minnesota. They can have it up there. I'll put up with a little bit of freezing rain and a little bit of cold weather today. 7-day forecast for today. Get it down there where I can read it. Oh, now until 10 a.m. we're under winter weather advisory. 60 to 70% chance of some type of precip. Could be rain, could be freezing rain, sleet, maybe a little snow mixed in. Then tonight, 60 to 70% chance of rain, sleet likely. High today of 38. Low. This is low of 38 too. Oh, so anyway, tonight 90% chance of showers. Saturday sunny. 48 degrees again, low of 26, 39 on Sunday, 33 on Monday. And looks like they've taken a lot of the precip out after Friday night. It is what it is. Checking iDrive Arkansas, we looked at one map, and let's see what we have here. We have several, I'm not seeing any road closures due to any incidences. There's no accidents showing up and no slow traffic around Arkansas. State of Missouri, you can see where the freezing precip is affecting folks. You got US 50 around Sedalia, Missouri. You've got I-70 from Columbia towards Kansas City. I-29 going out of Kansas City north, and we've got all kinds of stuff up there. The purple, the blue, the light blue, all indicates partly covered to come just almost non-passable right now. Southern Missouri, not too bad right now. It is what it is, you know. I mean, right. When you got a bear by the tail, you go where the bear goes, you know.
You ain't kidding.
So when it snows and gets on the roads, you just have to put up with it till MoDOT or Arkansas gets out there, whatever state you're in, and gets it all cleaned up. So morning weather is brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Retire to Arkansas.net. Community calendar wise, Chase sent this to me last night. And it said, help, help, help. We need to get some more people involved in this. The Baxter County Library Foundation's annual Texas Hold'em tournament, Ante Up for the Library, will be held at Big Creek Golf and Country Club on January 25th. Tickets are available for individual seats at $100, or attendees may purchase a table of 6 seats for $500. All chips required for play will be provided at the event. This year's dealer will be Ted Noctical. Registration at 11. They start at 1 o'clock. Lunch will be served. And they've got all kinds of great prizes. For more information, you can call 870-580-0975. Talk to Chase Baker, Marketing Coordinator, Graphic Designer for the Baxter County Library, Donald W. Reynolds Library. Valentine Cookie Sale at the Van Meter Senior Center coming up February 10th through 14th. That's not too far off. That's a month away. February 10th through the 14th from 8 until 4:30. Help support a great cause. This help supports the Van Meter Senior Center Meals on Wheels. Vanilla or chocolate Valentine decorated cookies available to purchase. Price is $1 each. Cookie bouquets $8 per half dozen or $15 per dozen. Pre-sale orders for half or full dozen cookie bouquets accepted until Tuesday, February 5th. And so, don't forget about, I got to pull this up. I'm going to make sure the kids get this in there. The Mount High School French Club Chili Supper is January 31st. Which is 2 weeks from today. It's going to be held at the Century 21 Lemac Real Estate Office. Tickets are $5 each, includes a bowl of chili, dessert, bottled water, and this helps the French Club's fundraiser for the Quebec 2020 trip. Got anything coming up?
Not right off the top of my head.
Really? Just no schools today. A lot of area schools are shut down, so be sure to check out. You know, there's a lot of the radio stations, TV stations across the way that they get that automatically. The phone call came through this morning from Mountain Public.
ASU the same.
Yep.
About 6 o'clock in the morning.
5:30. I think I got my call for Mountain Home. I thought, who on earth called me at 5:30? No school at Mountain Home today, so other area schools are shut down. All right, Elesha and Dan are here. We're going to be talking all types of veteran stuff today, so stick around after the break. Dan and Elesha will be joining us, and so looking forward to hearing from them. So be right back.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Vera Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic VDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
Why would I recommend Hospice the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Your car is a member of the family. It takes you where you need to go, and it makes sure you are safe at all times. When a wreck or accident happens, trust the only place that will treat you and your vehicle like a person, not a number. From collision repair and windshield replacement to paintless dent repair and hail damage removal, Dent Boys can cover all your automotive repair needs and make sure you are satisfied every step of the way. Call or visit the professionals at Dent Boys today and see the Dent Boys difference. $7:17, Dan and Elesha here. We're going to be talking Veterans Affairs and Benefits. Welcome back. Good to see y'all.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Wow. Hey, it is. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Been a while, yeah.
I think y'all were here, the week before Christmas last time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Can't believe we got all that done.
Put away, cleaned up.
A lot of things going on. We were talking earlier about the suicide prevention program that we've been working on through Disabled American Veterans locally. And after a couple years working locally, we managed to get a small grant from Columbia Trust through DAV National. And then Senator Bozeman and Congressman Crawford and Lieutenant Governor Griffin and several others gave us letters of support and really got behind the thing. And then last year, Senator Bozeman really began to push it nationally because we created it in a framework that could be set up in other areas to do similar grassroots level work. And that resulted in Senate Bill 1906 being introduced. When we looked at that, we had some comments on it and got that fixed.
Now, did John Bozeman sponsor that?
Yes. And then in the meantime, his office also pushed through Asa Hutchison's office to create a Arkansas statewide task force, suicide prevention task force. And Dr. Wolf and I went down and made a presentation, and we joined the task force a couple months ago. And that task force includes everybody involved in veterans care and so on, from the commanding officer of the air base there at Jacksonville to Lieutenant General Penn, who's the Adjutant General of the Arkansas National Guard. They're just DAV, VA, the VA suicide prevention people. And after a couple of months of planning and getting ideas of how to work this statewide, this last 2 weeks ago we had a meeting and decided the task force pretty much had a place to begin, and that is to recommend the reorganization, restructuring of the governor's Suicide Prevention Council.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, well, to act as
That's
kind of
why we're reorganizing.
an oversight advisory, and the implementation of the programs, the operational side, will be through Department of Health, Mandy Thomas's organization. So there's a lot moving in that direction. I think the 5th of February we'll be going down there to the council. I was asked to submit an application, and we'll see how that goes. I need another trip to Little Rock.
Oh yeah, don't we all?
At any rate, we've also managed to get, we talked about the QPR program, question, persuade, and refer on the suicide issues. This is peer-to-peer stuff, and we're going to have some around the state train the trainer programs, so we're all certified under that program. Then, we got a lot of support locally for this program, including from Baxter Regional, not only dollars, but other kind of support. And we've also been working on this community care network for veterans where they don't have to go to Little Rock for treatment. They can get it right here in their own community. And that has really taken off with the Mission Act of 2018. Baxter Regional, who had been a supporter of our original concept, has really come on board. The enthusiasm over there, they're not just making treatment available to veterans, they are doing everything in their power to be the provider of choice for veterans in this area. And some of what they're doing, they put some money up front for advertising, for billboards, and for a volunteer ambassador program where looks like we'll have veteran volunteers in the hospital. They'll make every effort to identify everyone that comes in there who might be a veteran, male or female, and then have a contact with a veteran. That some of them may or may not be involved in the veterans health care system, and we can offer that. There's just a lot going on.
Yeah, about the different resources that they have, because that's where the county service officers a lot of times get questions, not VA specific, but hey, what local resources are there for veterans? And so that's where they could put them in touch with the county service offices as well to help.
Well, and all they need is when the person checks in, would you like to talk to a veteran? And that kind of gets rid of the HIPAA problem, and then we can contact them. And so it's another way to do outreach to the veteran community. You missed a great meeting.
I know, it's
on Wednesday.
That's what Charlie was saying. He's the county service officer here.
Brian, who used to run the community-based outreach clinic for VA here, when the Mission Act came on board, the hospital snagged him up to kind of head up the transition, and we had several meetings with Barney Larry and Dr. Wolford and myself and Brian. Some ideas were kicked around, and we had a meeting Wednesday, and like I said, I'm not often highly impressed. I was with what Baxter Regional's doing in this regard, down to and including something that really choked me up, and it has to do with the Final Salute program they're going to have for veterans who pass away.
Explain that one. The Final Salute.
Well, normally in a hospital situation, when a person expires, they kind of go out the back door to the funeral homes and what have you in a very unceremonious way. What they're looking at doing is actually making an announcement, draping the gurney with a flag, and go out the front door with honors.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's something that we've been seeing hospitals starting to do, and so that's awesome that Baxter Regional is
it really
looking
choked
at
me
that.
up, actually.
Right? Yeah. I mean, that's such an honor, especially for the it's for the family and for those who are grieving that loss to have that pride to say,
I shared your numbers, by the way, for District 3 with Colonel Todd last month.
Yeah.
And he was ecstatic that 60% increase in claims handled and 40% of them being first-time claims, and that just really fit his goal. He was just tickled with that.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Over the past year, so I have 9 counties in my district. And within the past year, I had 4 new veteran service officers I had to train. And with that, they're all accredited now. 2 of the 4 have higher level user access. That's what I was working on this week. And so they're able to look directly into the VA claim file. And with that, like Dan was saying, we've seen an increase of 60% of claims from the previous year. We've also 40% of those is the first time the veteran has ever set foot and filed a claim. And what that means, because when I'm talking to counties as far as the service officer is employed by the county, and the Arkansas Department of Veteran Affairs has a grant where they'll reimburse up to $900 a quarter for how many veterans live in that county. But everything else, that person's pay and upkeep and everything as far as their offices have to do with, comes out of the county budget. Well, the veteran service officer, they're one of the only in the county that actually brings income in. For instance, when you have a veteran who comes in and sees Charlie here in Mountain Home, and they file a claim, and the VA service connects them, let's say 100% service connected, and they're married and they have 2 kids, that's over $3,000 a month tax-free income that veteran is now receiving. And where do they spend their money? Where do they buy property? Where do they? In this county. And so the more you can get in to file a claim for benefits that they're authorized, number one, it helps the veteran, right? But number 2, it helps the county, because then there's that revenue where those people now have a little bit extra money to buy a car, to go and do different things like that. So that's why we really encourage the counties to support having a full-time veteran service officer who's there 5 days a week, who can help veterans, because we're seeing since I've been doing this for 4 years, the increase every year of veterans filing claims, because these people are knowledgeable and know what to do, and now those claims are successful. We're not throwing spaghetti at the wall seeing if something's going to stick. We're actually making really good claims, and then helping, the veteran, their family, as well as the county. So, yeah.
I'll go back to the final salute.
Yes.
That's outstanding for the family, but it needs to be, we need to show, if we're standing and that comes through, we need to show our respect as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, and I'm sure that'll happen. I mean, that's the thing with it is,
They announced it, all the staff people, and they will line the hallways. It'll be when I saw what was happening, it's just really impressive.
Yeah.
Really impressive.
That's good.
yeah.
That's good. Well, we'll go ahead and take a break. Just get.
So there I was, naked as a jaybird in the shower with soap in my hair and eyes, when I lost water pressure down to a dribble. I immediately grabbed my towel and dialed up Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service. Jake came right over and fixed my water pressure. Now I can take my showers with confidence. Just call Jake.
For all your sales and pump needs, just call Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service, 870-431-5445. He offers high-quality stay-right products.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
Whether you're a professional landscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn and Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn and Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
I've had back problems since about 98, and all the doctors want to do is put me on medicine. And I started coming here, and he started adjusting me. I can get up and walk a lot better. I don't have near as much pain. And the laser treatment he did on my neck and back, it helped my pain in my neck probably 75–80%. I'd recommend that for anybody that's got any kind of pain. It does wonders.
$7:31, back with Dan and Elesha, and we were talking about final salute.
Yes, right. And so I was saying that, you know, other hospitals are doing it around the country.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a video of an example of one just to kind of put a visual into what it is that Baxter's considering doing.
Okay, David, we take this video and it's okay?
All right.
Ready?
See a flag-draped coffin pass by you, and you suddenly take your hand and put it over your heart, and it's emotional. It's like singing the national anthem at the Olympics. You're representing your country, and we're representing our family to them.
With that,
between me and Dan, I have tears running my eyes.
Yeah. So
look at that. Take that real quick.
Is educated about the final salute process and program, and they're given the option whether or not they want to proceed further and go through that process with us. We draped the body and the gurney with the American flag. An announcement is made overhead.
May I have your attention, please? We're going to do a final salute.
Final salute.
Well, I'll tell you what, as a Vietnam veteran who was not respected real well when we came back, what's happening now?
Yeah.
Different subject. What's happening locally in the community? Veterans in the last 3 years particularly, there's so much more happening behind the scenes and services available to them, and improved health care, improved communications into the VA system. In Elesha's District 3, we actually used to operate under 4 separate VA facilities.
Mm-hmm.
Right here in Baxter County, you had Central Arkansas and Little Rock. If you went over to the other side of Marion County and into Harrison, you were going to Fayetteville, and those 2 units never talked to each other.
Yeah,
and if you lived over in Fulton County, you were going up to Poplar Bluff.
And Memphis, some of mine.
If you go to Batesville, then you're in Memphis. And so each one of those regional hospitals operated completely independent of others. And in our area, it became quite a problem. So Elesha spent a lot of time coordinating resources with all of the county service offices. An example of how that's paid off, we had a short notice situation here last week with a veteran that needed to go to a VA appointment in Springfield, Missouri. Well, we don't operate a van to Springfield, Missouri. Our vans go to Little Rock, and the one out of Harrison goes to Fayetteville. And when they called and tried to leave a message for the van operators, it was, we'll call you back, we don't work Fridays or Mondays. And so Carla called me, and I was able to contact the commander of DAV over in Boone County, Harrison. He was able to arrange a thing to where, on even with very short notice, they had a van that wasn't going to run anyway. All they needed was a certified driver to drive it, and got this guy to his appointment Monday morning.
Good.
So the communications between the district counties involved is really improved.
And that was too.
We have
and-
you two to thank too, plus Charlie on getting a lot of this stuff done. Y'all do a great job.
And with it, this veteran, he's blind, so I mean, there's no way he could get himself to this appointment he needed, and his mother's in her 90s, and so she couldn't drive him, so it was just something where that community effort, and so it's you're talking about how time flies. So I've been in this position now for 4 years. December 7th was my 4-year mark. And prior to that, like Dan was saying, each county worked independently of their own. So the county service officer in Baxter County really didn't correspond with the one in Marion County over in Yellville all that much. And so by having the districts, we're a team, and we're a team, we're a family. We meet once a quarter. We have training, we have lunch, we had a Christmas party, so we had our training in December half the time, and then we did a really fun Christmas party. And so we're able to, they know each other, they bounce ideas off each other, we share resources. Dan and his crew from the DAV, their service officers as well, they attend the training too. So when it's instead of, sometimes you'll find that some veteran organizations, or maybe not even veteran, but organizations kind of hold on to, we just work independently of ourselves. But since over the last 4 years, we're just a big family. We're just here to help the veteran. So if it's
in 4 years, you've basically gone from not communicating county to county to everybody getting together at least once a quarter.
and it's
the quarterly
the same
training
mission
that she does.
Sure.
It's like being fed information from a fire hose. And then, of course, she invites the veteran service officers from the DAV and VFW and so on. So everybody's kind of on the same page and knows each other. And
before Elesha got here, David's doing some interning here, doing directing. I said, now when Elesha gets here, she'll have half the library.
I know, right? So
all she needs is her cell phone.
I know, yeah. Oh, so I got this really cool gift for Christmas. It's called a Neo Smart Pen. Have you heard of it?
No.
So basically, it's a pen that has a camera at the end of it, and then there's special paper, and as you're taking notes, it uploads it into an app and online, and you can you can send your notes, and it'll type it. You can.
That's cool.
Oh, it's so cool. Like the admin nerd in me, I'm just like, yay! And then at the top of each page, you can do a little check mark, and it automatically emails it. It's crazy. It's just so.
And on the side, she runs that page for the Arkansas.
So speaking of, so on our Facebook page right now, there's an update of. Okay, so in December, I was talking about the review of what had happened in 2019. Well, now 2020, we're hitting it hard, and there's all kinds of programs that were implemented as of 1 January of 2020. And the first and foremost one, the one that is really the focal point of the counties as well as the Arkansas Department of Veteran Affairs, are those veterans that served in Vietnam in the waterways outside of Vietnam, which were called blue water.
Can we take that shot, David?
So what it is they were exposed to Agent Orange, but up until 1 January of this year, the VA had not considered their claims or anything. So now they're processing those claims.
Now,
so
for folks
40
can
years
see
late.
my cursor on the screen, it's this pink area right here.
So for any veteran that served in Vietnam or what they call blue water, which is 12 nautical miles off of the shoreline
of even Cambodia,
of that area.
Yeah.
That's what's considered where
water.
Yeah. Blue water, or then boots on ground, because so outside of that.
So it goes inland quite a ways.
Right, that's where they're saying. So with that,
the Ho Chi Minh Trail came down right on the border and in and out of Cambodia and so on. So we sprayed a lot of Agent Orange up in
so
that
it was
area.
that defoliant that was sprayed.
Where'd you say at Ho Chi Minh City?
No, Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Trail
came from north to south in the jungles pretty much along the borderline there.
Mm-hmm.
They were in and out of Cambodia and
So for any veteran that served in boots on ground in Vietnam or within 12 miles.
Let me enhance this a little bit so we can get a little bit, I may have it as large as it'll go. But I'm sure you can see the darker color right there. It's kind of a pinkish, a very light pink is what Alicia's talking about right there.
And so what that is, if they have developed certain chronic conditions to include leukemia, diabetes type 2, Hodgkin's disease, ischemic heart disease, multiple myeloma, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's.
From Agent Orange?
Cancer, prostate cancer, respiratory cancers, and sarcomas. So there's quite a few. There's 14 conditions that are considered presumptives of service. So if you served in Vietnam or within 12 nautical miles and you are diagnosed with one of those conditions, we need to file a claim on you. Especially those blue water veterans who were the ones that are talking about the 12 nautical miles, were not able to file a claim until now.
How was this absorbed into the body? Let's say that I can't pronounce something. How did it, because if you've got a helmet and you've got your full gear.
You're breathing it in. It's sprayed in the air because it was,
How long did it linger?
Yeah,
Anybody's
I don't know.
guess.
That's the thing.
They've done studies continually through
Right.
the National Academy on Science, Engineering, and Medicine, and they've added, as a matter of fact, there are 4 additional conditions, including hypertension and bladder cancer and Parkinson's-like symptoms without the diagnosis, that will eventually be included in the presumptive list. They've been arguing about that for 2 years, and Congressman Westerman last year introduced House Bill 2200 to force that issue. And since that time, there's been all of the 20 or so major veteran service organizations chartered by Congress have signed on to a letter to Secretary Wilkie to say, all right, get off the dime here and let's move with this. So those will be additions to that list.
But as of now, it's that 14. And so if a veteran who served in the Navy and have always considered themselves a blue water veteran and have a diagnosis of one of those conditions that I talked about, or if you just have a question, if you didn't get the information, go see your county service officer because you need to file a claim. Now, what my foot stomp are those veterans that died from those conditions who are no longer here to file those claims. If they have a surviving spouse, that surviving spouse can file a claim linking their death to that service, and there are death benefits available to her or to him. So that's something too for surviving spouses.
The spouse is female and she's remarried. Does that counteract it?
Go ahead and file the claim and let the VA make the determination, because even with death, it's called death indemnity compensation. If they remarried after the age of 57, they still get to keep those benefits. Good. And so it's better to file and not get granted than to not file and you could have gotten granted. So true. Go see the county service officer.
And appeal the appeal.
And so with that, and then so this is also for daughters and sons, and if encourage that family member to go seek assistance with the county service officer. And so here in Baxter County, his name is Charlie Leonard. His phone number is 870-425-8155. But every county has a veteran service officer, and they're at the county seat, so wherever your county seat is, and typically they're there in the county courthouse or right in an annex next to it. So go there and ask, where's the veteran service officer? In my district, they're all veterans. So it's veterans helping veterans. You're going in, you're talking to a veteran who has served in the military as well. And
now they also have done away with that offset from the DIC having to do with the insurance that they pay for.
What's DIC? I don't know.
The death indemnity compensation. So basically it's a death. compensation. It's a death not death payment, but it's
and then
a
you also had
recurring
that,
monthly.
the SBP, Survivor Benefits thing, and one offset the other one when they've eliminated that unfair practice, I understand. What about those who had been denied that in the past? Are they going to be able to retroactively?
As far as who would file for Blue Water or whatever?
Well, no, since...
If you'd been denied, I would say supposedly what the VA is doing is they're going in and they're reviewing all of the previously claimed conditions or whatever that they denied, but I would not. I'd say go ahead and refile and reopen it and do it that way, because think about over 40 years, more than 40 years, that people have been filing claims and been denied. How many are in that system, and they don't know who died or who didn't, and so really they're
half of them probably aren't even in the modern
right. They don't know
computer.
their addresses. They don't know this. This was well before electronic anything. So go in and resubmit, and that's what we're trained for. So please do that. Another thing that changed as of 1 January is a veteran who is disabled through the VA. You can be a 0% all the way up to 100. They are now allowed to go on military installations and go shopping at the BX, the commissary, so
Really?
the grocery store, the kind of like Walmart type store, and also the services. So they have like a gym and different things like that, the bowling alleys, the golf courses on those installations. So if there's more information also on our Facebook page that lists how do you do that. So if you just scroll down right there, that ID card thing, and it gives the information on how do they access the base.
Underneath
and
of
what
the
they
photo should say service connected.
So basically the first thing is required is they have to enroll in VA healthcare to get an ID card that shows that they're disabled veteran, and that's a copy of what the card would look like, and underneath their picture it says disabled veteran, and that's what
It'd be
they
in
would
this
show
area right here. Yeah.
And then that's what they would show at the visitor center the first time they go to that base. Then they get them in the system, and then after that they don't have to go to the visitor center each time. They'll show that card, they'll scan it, and they can go through. So
good.
That's a great benefit.
Good. Take
Yay.
a break. 7:47. More with Dan and Elesha right after this.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
End of the year clearance on all G3 boats and Yamaha motors at Henderson Marine. Come check out the low prices on 2019 model G3 fishing boats and G3 Suncatcher pontoons. Henderson Marine offers in-house financing and is your local authorized Yamaha service center. Need parts, accessories, water toys? They got them too. Need to winterize? Call Henderson Marine today to schedule your winterization. When maintenance matters, call Henderson Marine at 870-488-5600.
Come see us today at Henderson Marine.
Jim.
Almost 7:50, finishing out the week and the show with Dan and Elesha, and more information for our veterans.
Well, the 2020 tax letters have not been mailed out yet. So what that is for, it's a summary of benefit letter that the VA mails to all beneficiaries each year. And typically they'll send it out the end of January, beginning of February. And for those veterans or surviving spouses who get a property tax exemption, that's what they bring that letter to the assessor's office. And so we're getting phone calls every day. Hey, where's my letter? Where's my letter? So just know it has not been sent out yet. So as my dad would say, hold your horses just a little bit.
Hold your horses. Yep, heard that a million
So
times.
it will be coming. If you don't get it by, let's say, the 1st of March, then call your county service office, and then they can see about it. But, I mean, right now, there's nothing that we can do until the VA mails those out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keep going.
The bunker. So it is picking back up. They had one last Thursday.
Good.
It changed to the evening.
Yeah.
This next Thursday at 6:30, I will be doing the presentation. So that's First Baptist here in Mountain Home. I think so around 6 o'clock, get there. I guess they have food, some snacks, things like that. And then 6:30 is the presentation. They're doing it every other Thursday evening. And so
Rob Bryan behind that.
Yes, Rob Bryan is doing that. So if you have any questions, contact First Baptist and ask to speak with Rob Bryan, or you could call your county veteran service office. They have that information as well.
I was wondering about that because I was seeing it on a couple websites, and I've been meaning to call Rob and didn't.
Yep. Yeah. So that's great. And then let's see. We had a birthday party for Miss Edith Mitchell. She's World War II veteran, turned 98 on Christmas Eve. So we did her birthday party. They also presented her with a Quilt of Valor. And then I heard this week, the cutest story. One of so I have a women veteran service group that we get together each month, kind of like a social group. And one of the ladies saw me this week and said, I saw Miss Edith, and she was at the VA, and she enrolled in VA healthcare. So she's 98 years old, enrolling in VA healthcare. So that tells you it's never too late.
Never too late.
So enroll in VA healthcare. That's a foot stomp, because just because you weren't eligible for it 10 years ago, the laws have changed so much they really want to see all veterans enrolled in VA healthcare. Like Dan was saying, it's a great benefit, especially now where if you have to drive further than 30 minutes to an appointment, the VA will authorize you to be seen locally in the community, and they'll pay the tab.
Good.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a huge
great.
deal. Yeah.
What do you got, Dan? I've been talking too much. My throat hurts.
Wow. No, we're just going, all these things kind of tie together. We had actually right here in Baxter County written the original proposal to have these VA/private provider partnerships on a permanent basis. The Choice Act of 2014 was a temporary program for 3 years. And we could see by the middle of the first year, this needed to be fixed and become permanent. And our local BRMC got on board with us and wanted to be involved. And then through Senator Bozeman, it all got introduced at the federal level and became a whole lot more than we ever anticipated at the time with this Mission Act. And the feedback that I've been getting from veterans, disabled American veterans meetings and so on, has been that Baxter Regional has just been awesome to work with. The treatment has been great. Right down to open heart surgery, one of our members had locally, that he didn't have to go to Little Rock. So there's been an awful lot of changes, And a lot of work has taken place in the last 5 years behind the scenes through Senator Bozeman and the Joint Committee and DAV National. It's just been quite a lot of work done.
And y'all are always looking for volunteers, right? So as far as the auxiliary and...
Oh gosh, always. That's what makes the whole thing work, is volunteers from the community that become members of the auxiliary. All of the transportation efforts that we talked about, those are all volunteers. Guy volunteers to drive the van. We try not to wear them out, but going back to Little Rock, that's a 11-hour day, and what they get for their work is lunch at the VA hospital down there.
Yeah, so and you don't have to be a veteran to volunteer with the DAV, the Disabled American Veterans, as well as the VA clinic here in Mountain Home has a volunteer program too, and it's not just for adults. My son he goes to Flippin High School, and he's a volunteer, and he works in the physical therapy office twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 11, and that's one of his classes. So it's something that the community can get involved in. You don't have to be a veteran to volunteer. If you have, even the county service officers have a list. So if there's a veteran or a surviving spouse that needs to go to the grocery store, or they need help with fixing a fence, or whatever your talent is, and you want to help out, just call that county service officer, leave your name, and when they get a call for, hey, I need assistance for whatever, then they know who to call for it. And that's really how we work that network.
If you're a veteran, you have any time and you want to volunteer in this Veterans Ambassador Program at Baxter Regional, contact them also, because
what's it called, Veterans Ambassador?
The Veterans Ambassador Program, kind of like the volunteers they already have, but they'd like to have veterans in there every day, so that veterans who are admitted can talk to a veteran.
Yeah.
And there's some benefits to that besides the
you're all
volunteering.
on the same page.
Well, yeah, but also they have a nice fitness center over there at the hospital, and the volunteers get free access to that. They get like a 20% discount on food in the cafeteria and what have you. So
that'd be worth it right there.
There are some side benefits economically besides the benefit of helping a fellow veteran navigate the system.
Yeah.
What else you got?
I would just say that that's really what I've seen with these groups. And different things. So for instance, that women's group I was talking about, we started out with 10, and now I have 85 ladies listed on my roster from 2 counties. And so with it, it's grown because it's shared experiences. So sometimes you feel like you're the only one out there on this island. We meet a lot of veterans who think that they're the only one, that may be what they're going through. And they're able, if we can pair them up with one other person, for them who maybe they didn't even serve during the same conflict, but you still have the same type of history, that really, really helps in the long run for Dan's program and the VA's program to help with the suicide epidemic and things like that, or just the loneliness. So to pair veterans up with each other is something that it's so beneficial, beneficial.
Final 2 minutes.
Well, let's see.
The weekend is upon us.
Oh boy.
I know, right? Well, there's always another thing that I love about Mountain Home is there's so many businesses out there that support veterans. And so for those individuals, just say, hey, do you have a military discount? Because a lot of times they do.
Yep.
And so that's something where the community wants to embrace these veterans and show them that their support and things like that. So
we used to do that Veterans Outreach Picnic first Saturday of October, and we'd feed 150 to 200 people at Hickory Park.
Now you had to move it.
We had to move it over to ASU, and we think we had about 600 this last year.
That's great.
Yep.
So this community is just awesome to work with. And when we ran into the space problem, I went over to see Christy and Dr. Myers over at the university and said, we need to make a move over here. What can we do? And he said, I'll do whatever you want to do.
Come on over. That's great.
It's been awesome.
Great support.
Also, va.gov is a great wealth of resource for knowledge and just questions. So if you go there, va.gov, they have everything from information on records, how to get a copy of your discharge paperwork, to education. If someone wants to know about their Montgomery GI Bill or their post 9/11 GI Bill, there's different things for that. The post 9/11 veterans are able to push that over and let their kids go to college, and the VA would pay for it. So that's there. So disability, health information, it's just all encompassing. So definitely go there or contact your county service officer.
And with that, we want to say thank you, veterans, and they'll be back on, I think, February 21st for the February show. So have a great weekend, everybody.